Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. I would like to give a special thanks to South Motors Honda for providing with the Honda Civic. If you're in the market for a Honda, you can come check out South Motors Honda and ask for Paul. He will get you into a new or pre-owned vehicle. But let's talk about the Civic here for 2022. As you guys can see here, Honda has redesigned the Civic. This is the 11th generation Civic, and the Civic looks very good here, very aggressive styling. It looks very Audi-like and also Accord-like in a sense, which is the Accord is its bigger sibling in Honda's lineup here. And this exterior paint is called a Morning Mist Blue Metallic. I think it's a really good exterior paint. This is probably the color that I would honestly go for if I were to purchase a Civic. Looking at these headlights here, I like that they're very slim and very sleek. On all models, you get these multi-reflector headlights here with an automatic low and high beam, with an LED turn signal, with an LED daytime run light. And unfortunately, my model is missing LED fog lights here, but there is a cutout there where you can probably add some aftermarket headlights if you guys would like. Looking here at the Honda emblem, very bold emblem there. Also like the grille here, looks really nice. But this Morning Mist metallic paint looks really good here with the black accents here. But I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section and tell me what you guys think about the exterior styling. But looking at these tires and wheels here, I actually like this rim design here. It looks really nice here. These are 215/50 Firestone tires, so pretty good tires here on the market. And they're wrapped in a 17-inch rim design. It looks really good here with the Morning Mist metallic paint. My model is missing the LED side marker here, but Honda does give you this standard size sunroof. Unfortunately, for this generation of Civic, Honda did not offer a panoramic sunroof here. And as you guys can see here, the hood looks very sleek and very long because Honda, they pushed the A-pillar back 2 additional inches. The wheelbase here is at 107.7 inches with an overall length of 184 inches. So the Civic did get pretty big for the 11th generation. Looking at these taillights here, they're gonna be an LED combination with an LED brake light, with an incandescent turn signal and reverse light. There's the Honda emblem here on the trunk lid. Also, there's your Civic name there. Unfortunately, Honda does not offer an EX badge. I wish they would have offered that on here. And looking down here at the lower part of the bumper, there's no visible exhaust trim because Honda hides it underneath the rear bumper. But there's a standard backup camera there, of course. We'll open up the cargo back here. Once you press the trunk release, you guys are greeted by 14.8 cubic feet of space, and you can fold the seats down to do a 60-40 split via these tabs here. But looking underneath here, Honda does give you a temporary spare tire instead of a fix-a-flat kit. But overall, let's hop into the interior of the Honda Civic. Before hopping inside the interior of the Honda Civic, looking at this key fob here, Honda, they did shrink the key. As you guys can see, it's smaller than the previous generation of Civic. There's a lock, unlock, remote start, and a trunk release, and a panic button. But this key does feel really nice to hold, and basically you can put this key in your purse or in your pocket. But walking up to the Civic here, you can rest your finger here to lock the vehicle. And to unlock it, Honda puts a sensor behind the door handle. Looking at this interior here, as you guys can see, my model does have this cloth interior, which looks really nice. There's also this standard size sunroof because Honda does not offer a panoramic sunroof here on this generation of Civic. But getting inside here and reaching over here to shut the door and to start up the Civic, the start-stop button is right here. As you guys can see there, the gauges will do a nice sweep. This does have this half LCD display there, front and center. Looking at the door panel materials, it's gonna be a nice soft touch material with this real metal accented door handle. There's some gloss black trim here on the door panel. It is auto up, auto down, only for the driver. A passenger, but not for the rear windows. Your lock and mirror adjustment controls are here. This is for the Honda sensing. There's also your trunk release button, which is tucked away here on the actual door panel. There's the traction control, your dimmer switches there. I do like the honeycomb air vents here. You also get it on this side as well, which is a nice touch. This interior just looks light years away from the previous generation that Honda offered. The materials here on the steering wheel are very nice, high quality leather with a nice stitching. Over here is the volume and voice controls. There's the Honda emblem front and center on the steering wheel. That's also for the adaptive cruise control. I do like the gloss black trim here at the lower part of the steering wheel. It's also around the airbag cover as well. Let's turn off the hazards here. But you can cycle through this digital display via this little toggle over here, so it can show you different stuff like your adaptive cruise control. But looking over here, that's also your range. You can also adjust the volume here via this toggle over here as well. There's your headlight and turn signal stock there. Your warm upper stock is right there. The materials on the dashboard are going to be a soft touch injection molded plastic. This is a 7-inch display. If you guys go for a different model, Honda will give you a 9-inch display, which has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's a volume and tune knob. There's also some shortcut buttons here, and you can rest your finger here if you wanted to basically touch the buttons. Like I mentioned, this does have this honeycomb style air vents here. If you guys have OCD, I know it's going to be really hard for you to clean this, but most likely you guys might have someone detail your car to keep it clean. There's 3-level heated seats. I do like the large knobs here for the dual climate control. There's some shortcut buttons here. There's that gloss black piano trim, but as you guys can see, it does not leave fingerprints. So Honda, you did a really good job here with not having all that gloss black trim leave the fingerprints. Down here is going to be a USB port, also with a 12-volt here. My iPhone 12 Pro Max does fit here in this area here. Putting the Civic into reverse here, it does reveal a backup camera, of course, with trajectory and distance marker. Very nice camera quality here. Kicking it down here to drive and click it down here again, it goes into a sport mode, and there's also a low mode there. Putting it back into park, nice high quality leather here around the shifter. There's an eco automatic start stop button there, electronic parking brake. There's a brake hold. Also like this texture like here, it doesn't leave fingerprints at all. There's 2 cup holders. Like I showed you guys the key, Honda, they did shrink the key for this model year, but it does feel nice and sturdy in my hands. Up here is going to be LED lights throughout the cabin, which is a nice feature there. You can also tilt and open up the standard size sunroof, and if you guys don't like all the light, you can basically open and close the shade to your liking. The seats in here, they're supportive and they're very comfortable. I do like that they're cloth seats, so very durable seats here. But open up this, it does reveal a shallow amount of storage, and you can adjust this little tray here. You can have it closer to you or you can have it far back. Me personally, I would just leave it as far as setting. But overall, I'm very impressed with this interior of the Honda Civic. But let's hop into the back seat and see how that feels. Getting into the back seat here of the Honda Civic, open up the door here. As you guys can see, the door opens nice and wide. But getting back here, guys, keep in mind, I'm only 5'8". As you guys can see here, I do have a decent amount of headroom here. The materials for the door panel are going to be a nice soft touch material with this real accented door handle there. There's a cup holder down here. The armrest is going to be nice and padded. Looking down here, Honda says you get around 37.4 inches of legroom here in the back seat of the Civic. There's this hump here, but you can fit a middle passenger here. There's no rear air vents or no charging port, so I would recommend sitting in the front seats. There's one map pocket back here for storage. Pulling this armrest down here, it does reveal 2 cup holders. As you guys can see here, I have the hood open here for the Honda Civic. Honda will offer this with 2 different powertrains. The base models get a 2-liter 4-cylinder that makes 158 horsepower and 138 pound-feet of torque. That's paired with a CVT transmission. If you guys don't like that powertrain, you have to step up to an EX or Touring trim to get this 1.5T here, which makes 180 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. This is also paired with a CVT transmission. As the Civic sits here, it weighs 3,038 pounds. Fuel economy from this 1.5T is rated at 33 in the city, 42 on the highway, and 36 combined. So starting off the driving scene here in the 2022 Honda Civic, this is the EX trim here. This has Honda's 1.5T turbocharged engine. This makes 180 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with a CVT, and Honda, they did update the CVT transmissions for this model year Civic. They pushed the A-pillar back additional 2 inches to basically make the hood look longer and give this car more of a sleeker design, which I think the Civic is one of the best looking compact cars in this segment. It looks better than the Corolla, of course, also the Hyundai Elantra. But let's put this vehicle into a sport mode here. Let's just pull the shifter down here, and this is sport mode, and the ratios get a little bit more aggressive here when you put your foot to the floor. But the handling of the Civic is just really impressive. The steering is very playful. You can feel what the front tires are doing. Fuel economy from this 1.5T is rated at 33 in the city, 42 on the highway, and 36 combined. Very good fuel economy here from this powertrain. So you guys are looking to get very good fuel economy, you have to look at this 1.5T. I think the 2-liter gets really good fuel economy as well. Let's talk about the driver's assistance here. This does come standard with Honda's sensing, which includes lane departure, lane keep assist, forward collision warning. So really good driver's assistance features here, and my model also comes with blind spot monitoring. You guys have to go for the EX or Touring trim if you guys want that feature, because Honda does not offer it on the lower models, which is the LX and the Sport. But I think this is a sweet spot here in the Civic's lineup, because it really doesn't break the bank in a sense, and you get a lot of features. But if you guys want to get more features, you have to check out the Touring trim. but the ride quality in here is just super fantastic. Honda knows basically how to build a car. You get plenty of leg room in the Civic, and I think this is one of the most handsome cars in the segment, like I mentioned. And this only comes with front wheel drive. I wish Honda would have offered all wheel drive as a feature, but none of the other competitors in this segment probably don't even offer all wheel drive. And if you guys are looking for a hybrid powertrain, unfortunately Honda does not offer that in the Civic as of this filming. Hopefully they might offer it in the near future. If you guys want a compact sedan hybrid that gets over 40 miles to the gallon, you have to look at the Honda Insight. That's really good as well. I will be shooting a Honda Insight video very soon here on the channel, so we can talk about the fuel economy a little bit better. But I feel like Honda doesn't want to offer that hybrid variant in the Civic because it might take away sales from the Insight, because the Insight and the Civic kind of share the same platform, but the Insight, it looks like the previous generation of the Civic, not the current generation, which this one has this Audi-like look to it. The seats in here, they're cloth seats and they're very supportive and comfortable. They're 3-level heated seats, which I think is a nice touch, but I wish Honda would offer cool seats here. You have to look at the other competitors if you guys want cool seats. The visibility is just super fantastic. Like I mentioned, they pushed the A-pillar back 2 additional inches. So Honda does give you really good visibility out of the Civic here. And like I mentioned, this car is really good if you want to commute around town. You get really good fuel economy, you get great driver's assistance. Also, you can fit your family here, which is the most important thing. So you guys can make this a daily commuter if you would like. Starting price here for the Honda Civic EX here is at $24,700 with the options and accessories, including destination, the Civic EX stickers for $27,500. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review here. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Drive1Reviews, and I'll see you all in the next review.